Welcome to Mythos AI, your source for Cliff's Notes on complex subjects. Join Anna and Phil for yet another engaging conversation.
Welcome back to the deep dive. Today we're tackling, a question actually, from Quizzypedia.
Love Quizzypedia. Which season and question are we looking at?
This one comes from Season 207, Question 7, under the category of Companies and Corporations.
Okay, hit me with it. What's the question?
All right. What is the name of the American Research and Scientific Development Company, originally part of AT&T,
Okay.
that has been responsible for groundbreaking inventions like the transistor, the laser, and information theory?
Wow, that's quite a legacy.
It is. Known for producing multiple Nobel Prize winners, it later became part of Lucent Technologies, further contributing to advancements in telecommunications and innovation.
All right, so who is this powerhouse of innovation? The answer is, of course, Bell Labs.
The Bell Labs, a name that's synonymous with some of the most transformative technologies of the 20th century.
Absolutely. Bell Labs, formerly known as Bell Telephone Laboratories, has had a profound impact on the way we live, work, and communicate today.
Now, we all know about the famous inventions, the transistor, the laser, and information theory. But today, we're going deeper.
I like it. A deep dive indeed.
We're exploring why Bell Labs was so successful and how they managed to foster such a culture of groundbreaking innovation.
That's a key question. What made them so special?
Let's start at the beginning. Bell Labs was founded in 1925, right?
That's right. In 1925, as a subsidiary of AT&T and Western Electric.
And their initial mission?
Well, the primary goal was to consolidate and centralize research and development efforts across the entire Bell system.
So it started with a focus on improving telephone technology, as the name Bell Telephone Laboratory suggests.
Exactly. The initial focus was on improving the existing telephone system and developing new communication technologies.
But as we know, their research went far beyond just telephones.
It did. That's one of the fascinating things about Bell Labs. While they began with this specific focus, they rapidly expanded into a diverse range of research areas.
How did that happen? I mean, how did a company focused on telephones end up making such a wide-ranging impact?
Well, I think a crucial factor was the unique environment they cultivated. Bell Labs created this collaborative atmosphere that attracted some of the brightest minds from various scientific and engineering disciplines.
So it wasn't just about hiring smart people. It was about the way they worked together.
Precisely. Imagine physicists, mathematicians, chemists, engineers all working together, sharing ideas and collaborating on projects.
Sounds like a real melting pot of intellectual talent.
It was, and this emphasis on interdisciplinary research was a crucial factor in their success. It allowed them to approach problems from different angles, leading to those groundbreaking solutions that might not have been possible in a more siloed research environment.
So the structure of Bell Labs, this collaborative approach, was actually key to their innovation.
I believe so. They were ahead of their time in recognizing the power of interdisciplinary collaboration. This Bell Labs model, as it's often called, has been extremely influential on research institutions and companies around the world.
Their approach has become the gold standard, hasn't it?
It has. Many organizations have adopted similar models, recognizing that breaking down those barriers between disciplines can lead to some truly remarkable breakthroughs.
And this collaborative approach is clearly evident in one of their most significant achievements, the transistor.
Oh, absolutely. The transistor, invented in 1947 by John Bardeen, William Shockley, and Walter Brattain at Bell Labs, was revolutionary. It replaced those bulky, inefficient vacuum tubes and led to the miniaturization of electronics.
I mean, think about it. The smartphones, computers, and countless other electronic devices we use every day wouldn't exist without the transistor.
It's mind-boggling, isn't it? And it earned those three brilliant minds the Nobel Prize in Physics in 1956.
It did. A well-deserved recognition for an invention that truly transformed the world.
And, the development of the transistor is a perfect example of the collaborative environment at Bell Labs. It wasn't a solo effort, but a result of physicists and engineers working together, pushing those boundaries of what was possible.
So even in those early days, this collaborative interdisciplinary approach was already showing its potential.
It was, and they didn't stop there. Bell Labs was also at the forefront of developing another groundbreaking technology, the laser.
Ah, yes, the laser. Another invention with a profound impact on countless fields.
In the 1950s, Arthur Schawlow and Charles Towns, both at Bell Labs, laid the theoretical foundation for the laser.
And the applications, as you said, are vast. From surgery and medical imaging to barcode scanning and fiber optic communication, lasers are everywhere.
They are. It's hard to imagine a world without them now.
And speaking of fiber optic communication, this is another area where Bell Labs made significant contributions.
Absolutely. They were instrumental in developing those technologies that allowed for high-speed data transmission over long distances using pulses of light through those glass fibers.
A true revolution in data transmission.
It was. And that revolution paved the way for the high-speed internet we rely on today.
It's amazing to think how interconnected our world is now and how much of that connectivity can be traced back to the work done at Bell Labs.
It really is. Without their work on fiber optic communication, the internet as we know it simply wouldn't exist.
Mind-boggling, isn't it? The impact of their research is just incredible.
It is. And we can't forget Claude Shannon and his groundbreaking work on information theory in 1948. It might sound a bit abstract, but it's the very foundation of digital communication as we know it.
Information theory. Now that sounds pretty complex. Can you break it down for us?
Well, in essence, information theory provides this mathematical framework for understanding things like data compression, error correction, and encryption. All of these are essential concepts in our digital world.
So thanks to Shannon's work at Bell Labs, we can send emails, stream videos, and even make secure online transactions.
Exactly. His research laid the groundwork for the digital revolution. It's pretty fundamental. It really is foundational. And the thing is, Bell Labs' contributions to telecommunications go even further.
Further, okay, give me an example.
Well, think about the mobile phone revolution. I mean, everyone uses cell phones.
True, true.
Well, Bell Labs was super involved in developing cellular networks.
The systems that allow our phones to switch between cell towers.
Yeah. So we can have those seamless conversations without, the call dropping.
Huh. So even our ability to stay connected while we're on the move can be traced back to Bell Labs.
That's right. And even before that, you know what else they did? They developed electronic switching systems.
Electronic switching systems.
Yeah. So before that, the telephone exchanges used those older mechanical systems. And Bell Labs came in and replaced them with these electronic systems.
What does that do?
It made the routing of calls much more efficient, automated it. It was a major step toward the digital communication systems we have today.
Wow. So much of what we take for granted in terms of communication technology can be traced back to them.
It's really quite remarkable, and we can't forget about their impact on satellite communication.
Oh, right. Like with the launch of Telstar 1 in 1962.
Yeah, the world's first active communications satellite. That was a really pivotal moment.
Yeah, I remember learning about that. It made live transatlantic television broadcasts possible.
Exactly. It was a huge achievement that really demonstrated the power of satellite communication and, of course, the role of Bell Labs in pushing the boundaries of what was technologically possible. They really did play a key role in connecting the world.
Okay, so we've talked a lot about their influence on technology, but Bell Labs was also known for producing multiple Nobel Prize winners. They weren't just about applied research. They made significant contributions to fundamental scientific knowledge.
Right. And Bell Labs' track record with Nobel Prizes is truly impressive. They've had researchers win in a whole range of fields.
Beyond the transistor, which we already talked about, what other research earned them Nobel Prizes?
Well, in 1977, Philip W. Anderson received the Nobel Prize in Physics for his work on the electronic structure of magnetic and disordered systems.
Okay, and his research contributed to which area of physics?
Primarily to the field of condensed matter physics.
Condensed matter physics. To be honest, I'm not really familiar with that term. Can you explain what that is?
Of course. So condensed matter physics is basically the study of the properties of matter in its solid and liquid states, where the atoms are packed closely together. It's a really fascinating field.
And what kind of things does it investigate?
It investigates phenomena like superconductivity and magnetism, things like that, which, by the way, have led to some incredible technological advancements.
Okay, so Anderson's work at Bell Labs helped us understand these really complex properties of matter, and that led to new technologies.
Absolutely. And then in 1978, Arno Penzias and Robert Wilson won the Nobel Prize in Physics for their discovery of cosmic microwave background radiation.
Oh, I've heard of that. It's like the afterglow of the Big Bang, right?
Yeah, exactly. It's considered to be evidence for the Big Bang Theory. And what's really interesting is that they actually made this discovery by accident.
What? Really?
Yeah, they were working on a new type of antenna, and they stumbled upon this faint signal that they couldn't explain. It turned out to be cosmic microwave background radiation. A pretty big deal.
A big deal is an understatement.
Yeah.
I mean, that discovery fundamentally changed our understanding of the universe.
It did. It's pretty amazing to think that they just stumbled upon it while working on something completely different. But that speaks to the kind of environment that Bell Labs fostered, one where researchers were encouraged to explore and follow their curiosity.
It sounds like it was a place where unexpected discoveries were almost welcomed.
In a way, yes. They seem to embrace the unexpected, and sometimes those unexpected paths led to the most profound breakthroughs.
It's inspiring, really. And the Nobel Prizes kept coming, right?
Yeah.
What other groundbreaking work came out of Bell Labs?
Well, there was Stephen Chu. In 1997, he was awarded the Nobel Prize in Physics, along with Claude Cohen-Tanuji and William D. Phillips.
What was his work about?
He did groundbreaking research on laser cooling at Bell Labs. They all received the prize for their work on cooling and trapping atoms with laser light.
Laser cooling. What's that used for?
It's a really important technique in atomic physics. It's used to slow down atoms so that they can be studied more easily. It has potential applications in a whole range of areas, like quantum computing.
Wow. So from the very big, like the universe, to the incredibly small, like atoms, Bell Labs researchers were making groundbreaking discoveries.
It's true. They had a hand in it all.
Yeah.
And then there was the work of Horst L. Sturmer, Robert B. Laughlin, and Daniel C. Toohey.
And they won the Nobel Prize when?
In 1998, they were awarded the Nobel Prize in Physics for their discovery of a new form of quantum fluid with fractionally charged excitations.
Okay, and this discovery had implications for?
It was mainly related to the field of condensed matter physics, and it really deepened our understanding of the quantum world.
So another major contribution to fundamental physics.
It was. And then, a bit later, in 2009, Willard S. Boyle and George E. Smith received the Nobel Prize in Physics for the invention of the charge-coupled device, or CCD sensor.
Wait, the CCD sensor, isn't that what's used in our digital cameras and smartphones?
That's right. Another example of how Bell Labs' work has become an integral part of our everyday lives.
So they weren't just making breakthroughs in theoretical physics. They were also inventing technologies that would shape the way we capture and share images.
You got it. Their research truly spanned a wide range of scientific disciplines, from the vastness of space to the intricacies of the subatomic world.
What a legacy. It's amazing to think that all of this started with a company focused on improving the telephone.
It is, isn't it?
Hmm.
But as we've seen, Bell Labs didn't stay confined to just telecommunications. They explored new frontiers, pushed boundaries, and in doing so, they shaped the technological and scientific landscape of the 20th century.
And their story didn't end there, did it? I mean, Bell Labs went through some changes over the years, right?
Right. The story continues. Bell Labs has gone through some significant organizational changes.
Tell me about those changes.
Well, in 1996, AT&T restructured and a new company was formed.
What was it called?
It was called Lucent Technologies.
And Bell Labs became a part of this new company.
That's right. They became part of Lucent. And even with this change, Bell Labs continued to be a research powerhouse.
So they adapted to this new corporate structure and kept innovating.
They did. They were always adapting to the evolving landscape of the telecommunications industry. And then a few years later, there was another big change. In 2006, Lucent Technologies merged with Alcatel, a French telecommunications equipment company.
Okay, and what happened to Bell Labs then?
Well, this merger created Alcatel-Lucent, a global leader in telecommunications. So Bell Labs became part of this larger organization.
But they still kept doing research.
Oh, yeah. They stayed at the forefront of research and development, even within this huge company. And then in 2016, Nokia, the Finnish telecommunications company, acquired Alcatel-Lucent.
Wow. So Bell Labs has been part of some big-name companies.
Yeah.
And today, they're a part of Nokia.
Yeah, that's right. And even under Nokia, Bell Labs is continuing to innovate. You know, they're working on things like 5G technology, artificial intelligence, next-generation networking, really cutting-edge stuff.
It's really fascinating to see how Bell Labs has adapted and thrived throughout all these organizational changes.
I agree. I mean, despite all the mergers and acquisitions, they never lost sight of their commitment to research and innovation.
Quite a legacy.
It really is. Their story is a testament to their adaptability, their resilience, and their unwavering pursuit of scientific and technological advancement.
A legacy that's touched nearly every aspect of modern life, when you think about it.
I know, it's remarkable. And we've really only scratched the surface, haven't we? I mean, the transistor, the laser, fiber optics, those inventions alone have revolutionized the way we live, work, and communicate.
And those are just some of the most well-known examples.
Right, and there's so much more.
Like what?
We'll take their work on the UNIX operating system and the C programming language, for example.
UNIX and C. I've heard of those, but honestly, I don't really know what they are or why they're so significant.
Oh, they're huge. So think of UNIX as like a foundational operating system. It introduced concepts like, hierarchical file systems and multitasking.
And those are now standard in computing.
Exactly. It was kind of like a blueprint for the operating systems we use today.
I see. And what about C?
Oh, C. That's a really versatile and efficient programming language. It's used to write the software that powers so much of our digital world.
So like what kind of software?
Everything, really, from operating systems to applications, C is pretty much everywhere.
So even if people haven't heard of Unix or C, their lives are still impacted by them every day.
Without a doubt. And then we have to go back to information theory and digital communication. We touched on it before.
Right, with Claude Shannon.
Yeah. And that work is basically the foundation for the internet, for mobile networks, for data encryption. I mean, all of these things are essential to our digital lives today.
It's incredible how much of our modern world can be traced back to Bell Labs research.
Truly incredible. And then there's digital signal processing.
DSP.
Yeah, DSP. It's another area where Bell Labs made really important contributions.
Okay, and what's DSP used for?
Oh, all sorts of things. Voice recognition, image processing, even high-quality digital audio and video. It's pretty amazing.
Wow, I didn't realize. So they had their hand in all that.
They did. Bell Labs' legacy goes way beyond just inventing specific technologies. They literally shaped entire fields of science and technology.
And their impact is still being felt today, right? I mean, they're not just a historical relic.
Not at all. Bell Labs represents something much bigger. It's a symbol of American innovation and that power of collaborative research.
Do you mean the Bell Labs model, that interdisciplinary approach?
Exactly. That model of bringing together experts from all these different fields to tackle complex problems, it's been adopted by countless research institutions and companies worldwide.
So their influence goes beyond just their own inventions and discoveries.
Absolutely. They've inspired a whole way of thinking about research and innovation and their unique work culture.
What was unique about it?
Well, they really encouraged risk-taking, collaboration, that cross-pollination of ideas. It was a pretty special place.
Yeah, sounds like it. And they've also had a pretty big presence in popular culture, haven't they?
Oh, yeah, for sure. There have been books written about them, documentaries, even films. They've captured the imagination of a lot of people.
Because their story is just so inspiring.
It is. It's a story of human creativity, of scientific exploration, and that constant pursuit of knowledge. And their innovations, from the transistor to the laser to the foundations of the internet, have revolutionized our world. They paved the way for this digital age we live in.
It's hard to imagine what the world would be like without their contributions.
And their legacy is still very much alive. It continues to inspire progress, and it reminds us of how important it is to invest in research, how transformative it can be for society.
Bell Labs has certainly left an indelible mark on history, wouldn't you say?
Absolutely. It's a testament to the power of human ingenuity and collaboration.
Well, that about wraps up our deep dive into Bell Labs. It's been an incredible journey exploring their history and impact.
It really has. And, as we finish up here, let's leave our listeners with a question to ponder.
What kind of question?
Well, thinking about the future, what kind of breakthroughs might emerge from research institutions that are inspired by that Bell Labs model?
Right. Those institutions that embrace that collaborative, interdisciplinary approach. And what new discoveries are waiting to be made? What will shape the world of tomorrow?
It's exciting to think about, isn't it?
It is. And it's a reminder that the spirit of innovation is still very much alive, thanks to the groundwork laid by institutions like Bell Labs.
Well said.
Well, thanks for joining us today on the Deep Dive for this exploration of Bell Labs. It's been a fascinating look at the history of innovation and the power of human ingenuity.
It's been a pleasure. Until next time.
Thanks for listening to Mythos AI. Stay tuned for more concise insights. And remember to hit the like button and subscribe for future episodes.